What's up, guys? It is your girl, Leia. Long time no see, long time no talk, long time no a lot. Yeah, so if you didn't know, my name is Leia. Um, yeah, I do gaming and vlogs and all that. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for subscribing, even though I haven't been uploading. I see that I have gained some new besties and fan members. So, hi, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for still sticking by me during this hiatus of mine, this long break that I took. All right, yeah, so it's recording. So, anyways, all right, so yeah, this video is basically going to be a life update on what happened, because the last time I uploaded a video, it was a gaming video. See me looking down, I'm looking at my phone. It was a gaming video. Um, it was Love Island. That was like 8 months ago. And yeah. So I know you guys are probably like, what happened? A couple of you guys did reach out to me on Instagram, you know, checking up on me to see what happened, if everything's okay, if I'm coming back or whatnot, whatnot. Thank you for checking in on me. Appreciate you guys. I really do. But yeah, so for those who do not know, and if you don't follow me on social media, definitely go follow me on Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, that's about it for now. Instagram, TikTok, subscribe over here. And yeah, so if you don't follow me on social media and if you didn't know what was going on, your girl was pregnant. So yeah, I'm a mommy now. I'm a mommy to a beautiful baby girl. She is going to turn 3 months on the 14th. Not sure when you guys will see this, but yeah, she'll turn 3 months on the 14th. She was born August 14th, 2024. Beautiful baby girl. So yeah, your girl was pregnant this whole time. I do have a like how I got pregnant, like finding out I was pregnant. I do have a video on that on TikTok. So if you want to know how I found out I was pregnant, definitely go check out my TikTok. Everything will be linked down below, or I'll have it around the screen somewhere along the video. But yeah, definitely go check that out. I decided to, I don't know, like take a break. Like I was pregnant. I wanted to enjoy the pregnancy journey. This is my first child. It definitely was not planned. Very much unexpected. Very much a surprise. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to make this long. It's just I haven't been in front of a camera like this in a while. And yeah, this video is more so going to be like a life update, but also more so like a birth story, because I haven't posted that or spoke about it since giving birth. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Yeah, I don't know if you could hear in the background, but yeah. So real quickly, let's just get through this. So my birth story. On what was it? August 12th, I had an appointment. Yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. August 12th, I had an appointment to what was it? I think it was my 37-week appointment. And by that time, 37 weeks, it's a full term. And I went to go have a regular checkup, to, hear the baby's heartbeat, check, the uterus size and all that stuff. So I did that. After that appointment, I had a non-stress test. So I went to the second appointment. It was in the same day. Went to the second appointment, did the NST. If you don't know what a non-stress test is, it's when they basically monitor the baby's heartbeat, if she's moving, all that stuff for about like an hour. Then they do an ultrasound to further check, amniotic fluid, make sure the baby is positioned good, just make sure the baby's not stressed. So that's what that was. Now, this day was a little different. I was noticing because we was doing the stress test. Like they say, usually when I go, like I did it like maybe 3 times before this one, and usually everything's good within maybe like half an hour, and they do it, the ultrasound, they do that, and then I'm good to go. But this time it was taking a whole lot longer, like a whole lot longer. And, I was getting a little worried because I'm like, why is it taking so long? I'm getting hungry. Like, what's going on? All that stuff. So then it came down to the ultrasound. Doing the ultrasound, again, it was taking a long time. The ultrasound tech said she was looking for something like, like the practice breathing to see if she was breathing, and, something else she was looking for, and she couldn't quite find it. So she said she was going to go talk to a doctor and then she was going to come back. So, we're sitting there waiting, me and my partner, we're sitting there waiting. And then she came back with a doctor. She came back with the doctor, and the doctor was basically saying that during the monitoring of the heartbeat, they noticed that I was having contractions. I wasn't feeling any, but they noticed on the monitor that I was having contractions, and every time I had a contraction, baby girl's heart rate would dip low. So that was concerning. And then with the ultrasound, they noticed that, she wasn't doing her practice breathing. And the other thing they were looking for, they couldn't quite find. So they were talking about how they have like a score, like, like out of 10. So out of like 10, everything's good. But mine was like a 6 out of 10. And he wasn't confident that, sending me home would be a good idea. So the doctor suggested that I go to labor and delivery, get monitored there, and then if they see that it's still happening, that they want me to be admitted and to basically be induced, basically, to start that process of being induced. Now, I knew from jump, even before being pregnant, I always said this, that I want a natural birth. This is my first birth. I want to do it natural, no epidural, vaginal, all that stuff, like natural, no interventions, none of that. But like they say, tell God your plans and he will laugh at you. So doing all the birth plans and all of that, basically nothing happened the way I wanted it to. And my first birthing experience was a sort of traumatizing one. And it just was a lot. There was a lot going on. Mind you, this started August 12th. So August 12th, had my 2 appointments. They suggested I go to labor and delivery. From there, I started panicking, and I called my father and I was talking to him about it. And I started crying because I'm like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting this. I didn't think that I was going to go to the doctor and this was going to happen. Mind you, the night before, I packed my hospital bag. So it's like my body or whatever it was had a feeling something was going to happen, because that whole week prior to that day, I was nesting. I was getting the room ready. Like something was telling me to get things ready. So I was getting the room ready, and then I did the hospital bag and all that. So, it's crazy. But yeah, so panicking, crying, all that. Get to the labor and delivery area, and they register me in. I get put into a room to be monitored further. My father's now on his way. My partner, so it's like my father's on his way and my partner is going home to go get the hospital bags and all that. Now, if you don't know, your girl lives in New York. I don't have the luxury of a car, so it's either cab or mass transit. So, yeah. So my partner had to go all the way back home to pack his hospital bag and all that stuff. And then my father was on his way with my hospital bag and the baby stuff because that was all in one bag. And the reason why I didn't have my partner's bag packed was because we needed to do laundry and he needed clothes. But anyways, so yeah, that was going on the whole time. I'm sitting there just panicking, being nervous, all that. Now, the doctors were coming in. They're not even doctors. I'm going to say the registered nurses, students, and stuff like that. All this was going on in New York Presbyterian Methodist and Park Slope. So yeah, getting monitored. The doctors were sitting there saying that everything was looking good. Her heart rate was picking up. Things was looking good. All that. So she's gonna go talk to the other doctors and see if they still want me to go along with being induced. She goes, does that, comes back, tells me, yeah, they still suggest that you be induced because they don't know why her heart rate was dropping exactly. And they don't want to risk me going home and then something happens and, I can't make it in time or whatever the case. So I had the decision of either staying and starting to be induced or to just take that chance and just go home. And I just kept pondering and pondering and pondering and talking to my father about it and pondering and pondering and talking to my partner. And then I finally just decided to be induced because, again, I live about half an hour to an hour away from the hospital by train and also by cab. So I didn't want to risk it. I wasn't sure what was going on myself. So I just agreed to be admitted. Got admitted, waited like a good half an hour or so, finally got put into a room, and everything started. I did take, I tried to do timestamps of the whole day. Well, the whole time I was there. I'm going to let you guys know that I was, I was in labor for about maybe 36 hours. That whole process, I was in the hospital from Monday, August 12th up until, I want to say, I think I had went home either Thursday or Friday of that week. So I was there that whole entire time. And, they started to induce me. Let's see, I'm going to say by 4 o'clock Monday, I was admitted. By 5, I got moved into a labor and delivery room. By 8, they started the antibiotics through IV because I tested positive for strep B, so they had to give me antibiotics. They would change that every 4 hours. By 8, they gave me Cervidil, which is to help soften the cervix. It lasts 12 hours, and by the end of the 12 hours, they're expecting for me to be dilated a decent amount. Now, before they gave me this, they checked if I was dilated, and I wasn't dilated. And they said that my cervix was still high, and it wasn't thinned out yet. So that's why they had to give me the Cervidil to thin out my cervix, so to get the dilation going and hopefully water breaking and all that stuff. Then so yeah, the whole time just in the hospital, just there, partners there, my father was coming here and there. It was an exhausting couple of days. It was exhausting. Doctors constantly coming in, constantly being checked, the IV. It just was a lot. It was really taxing. By 10:45, I had a doula come in, and She decided to give me a leg and foot massage, and the foot massage was supposed to help induce labor. Now, the doctors that were coming in and out, I wasn't feeling them too much. There was maybe one doctor that I enjoyed talking to. I don't remember her name. And then there was maybe like two doulas that I enjoyed seeing. But all the doulas there were great. The doctors there, again, they're not real doctors. I want to say they're more so like students, nurses. I don't know. It was a weird thing. The constant shift changes and the different doctors, and there was no one constant person. Um, and then through my insurance, I was able to get a doula for free. I got a doula, but she ended up not even being great. She wasn't there when I delivered. I only seen her once in person. It just, I don't know. It was a lot. Like, it was a lot. Then we move on to the next day at 8:40 in the morning. The cervidil was removed. They did a cervix check. My cervix was still high. So they decided to do cytotech. Now, before the cytotech, they were talking about doing the Foley balloon. If you know, you know. If you don't, look it up. It's just, to talk about it, it's just weird. The whole thing was a weird experience. The pain that I was feeling every time they did a cervix check, it hurt so much. Like, it's like they were going wrist deep up in. That's what it felt like. And super uncomfortable. And because of that pain, they didn't want to do the Foley balloon because they would have to insert it all the way in and basically, pump a balloon. And, it sounds like what it sounds like, a balloon that's just going to be sitting in there. And that pain doing the cervix check, I couldn't do that Foley balloon. So they decided to do the cervidil. The cervidil, it's like a half of a pill. They give it to you. And it's basically supposed to do the same thing. All these things that they were doing was inducing, trying to speed up the labor and all of that. Now, like they tell you, every time you do any kind of intervention, it leads you one step closer to a C-section. Now, again, a C-section was not part of my plan. Obviously, if things changed and it was that serious, then I would do it. By 9:20 in the morning, they decided to do the Foley balloon. The pressure and the pain of it was a level 10. I was crying. It just thinking about it is it's a lot. Like, I just felt violated. And again, the doula that I had, a doula is supposed to be there for support. It's supposed to, not so much advocate because they can't tell the doctor what to do, but still, it just, I don't know. Like, I had my father there and my partner there. Now, I know some of you will be like, oh my God, your father was there, so he's seen all that and this, that, this, that, this, that. The reason why I wanted my father to be a part of it is because my father never got to experience childbirth. And I wanted to give him that experience. And also at the same time, my mom's not around. And I didn't want to be in these rooms alone. And again, I wanted my father to experience it, Yeah, the pain from the Foley balloon was terrible. After they put it in, I started feeling cramps, which was, I'm assuming, contractions. So yeah, doing all of that, I still wasn't being dilated. I think the highest dilation I got was, I think, 4. But it was very slow, like slow moving. By 12:15, I took a cytotech. By 3:30, they gave me another dose of cytotech. I started getting nauseous. I threw up like maybe twice. So I can't hold foods down. They put me on a liquid diet. The liquids they were giving me were nasty. Contractions started coming. They started being painful. Again, I told you guys I didn't want an epidural. So I really was trying to deal with the pain, but them contractions were painful and they were getting worse and worse. And I'm like, yo, this ain't even, like, I'm not even giving birth yet. Like, I'm nowhere near 10 centimeters and none of that. And the contractions are already like this. It was a lot. By 11:45, they did another cervix check. Cervix is thinning, still about 90% effaced. I went from being 2 centimeters dilated to 4 centimeters dilated. And because I was having the contractions and actually feeling them at that point, they didn't want to do anything else. So they just wanted to see what was going on. They wanted to see like how back to back the contractions were getting and all of that. So they just let it be. After a while, the contractions were getting super painful. Like I could not deal with it. I could not deal with it at all. I could not. And I gave in and did an epidural. By 1:56, I decided to get an epidural. I was tired of feeling the contractions. Around 2 in the morning the next day, so now we're on, I don't know, close to day 3 because now we moved on to what? Now it's August 13th. No, I think it's the morning of August 14th. Yeah, the morning of August 14th. 2 a.m. got the epidural. After I got the epidural, everything was fine. I wasn't feeling the contractions like that. The epidural part was so weird. Like the fact that the whole half of your bottom is just kind of numb. Like you can't do anything. Like can't really get up, can't walk around, you can't do nothing. So it just felt weird just sitting in the bed the whole time. They also had to insert a catheter in order for me to pee. So that was weird too. So I was peeing in a bag and all of that. It was weird. Sitting on the bed for the long periods of time. My body was hurting, back was hurting, butt was constantly being numbed. It just, it was not it. Around 3 in the morning, they gave me another cervix check. No progress, but the cervix was very thin. With the epidural, I didn't feel the cervix check this time around, so I'm happy. I was happy about that. They recommended that I start Pitocin. So they started me on Pitocin. Around 11, I had to call the doctors to find out what was going on because after 3 a.m., it's like nobody was coming in to see me. They would come in to fix the belly monitor and to maybe change the IV, but that's about it. Nobody was coming in saying nothing. So I was in the dark most of the time. They were letting me sleep also, but couldn't really sleep too much. So yeah, around 11, I had to figure out what was going on because why is nobody talking to me? Why is nobody saying anything, you know? And then that's when I started hearing chatter about a C-section. Mind you, again, I didn't speak to any doctors. Nobody came and told me nothing. But yet a nurse, when I was talking to her, she's talking about, oh yeah, I hear them talking about a C-section and all that. And I'm like, okay, but nobody came and talked to me about anything. How are y'all behind my back talking about a C-section? I'm not even going to hold you guys. By that time, that's when I started feeling the whole energy shift within the hospital. Like when the doctors would come in, it wasn't or happiness anymore. Like it seemed like they were annoyed that I was still here. Nobody was talking to me much. They wasn't filling me in on anything. They would take longer to come see me now. It just, you could really feel the energy change. And going from liking the hospital and enjoying the experience of the hospital, I went to not liking the hospital, and now the experience was terrible. Now I felt like I wasn't being heard. I felt like they were rushing the whole process and they just wanted me out of there. I did not feel comfortable I didn't feel, it wasn't right. It wasn't right at all. So yeah, everything towards the end, I end up having a C-section. I stopped logging because by that time I was getting real stressed and exhausted. So yeah, by the end of it all, I had a C-section. Um, I was crying about that. I felt like I failed. I felt like I made a mistake. Try not to get emotional. It's another reason why it's taken me so long to. I didn't think I was gonna get emotional, but yeah. Another reason why it took me damn near 3 months to film this. It's because of how traumatizing and exhausting and all that was. Um, Grateful for my daughter. I'm happy she's here. I'm happy she's alive. She's well. I'm happy I'm alive and well. But that was a lot. So yeah, I was crying. I felt like a failure. I felt like I made a mistake and I should have just went home and let it, let my body do what it needed to do. A lot was going through my head. Um, Also, while I was pregnant around March, I had seen bad news that my grandma had passed away. So I was dealing with that too while pregnant. And when it came down to finally giving birth and all that, she wasn't there. It was a lot, it was a lot. It's like, even though I had my partner there and my father there, I still felt alone. There was no like womanly energy or none of that around. Um, I never knew if I was making the right decision. It was a lot. August 14th at 7:02, my baby girl Lilu was born by C-section. The C-section in itself was an experience. Having your whole body numb, you don't feel much. You maybe feel like them moving you and stuff like that, but it was really weird. And then finally get to see her and hear her cry. The people who knew me or know me or whatever, they always knew that I wanted a daughter. I wanted to be a mom, and I'm happy that I'm able to do that, and I do have my baby girl. But that whole journey, the pregnancy and the birth together was a lot. And, I give props to, I congratulate the women that, go on and have multiple pregnancies and multiple kids and all that. But me, this experience makes me not want to have another kid because for fear that it's going to happen again. And I don't even think my body can handle it. Yeah, so baby girl was born August 14th at 7:02. She was 8 pounds, 8 pounds, 3 ounces. She was 53 centimeters. Yeah, beautiful baby girl, full head of hair. She's so beautiful. I love her. Right now, I think she's taking a nap. She keeps fighting her sleep now, but yeah. After that, went into went into a room after that, and they were getting her cleaned. They were, doing tests and things like that. And then from there, they started the breastfeeding and all that. The breastfeeding, that experience, I'm happy I got to experience. but it didn't last long, which I already kind of knew that wasn't going to last long, but I'm just happy I got to do it. So yeah, I breastfed for maybe a day or two. And then after that, it started becoming very painful. I don't know if it's because she wasn't latching right. I'm not sure. But it just was becoming very painful no matter how many doulas, doctors, or whatever showed me the latch, did it for me, all that. It just was painful. It was becoming too overwhelming. Every time she was hungry, I have to whip out my boobs, breastfeed. It was just too much. It was too much. So I couldn't do that. Went to formula. And yeah. And this whole time, I've just been adjusting. I've been processing everything. Yeah, almost slipped. I would say I'm I almost slipped into postpartum depression. It's still lingering. It's you know, with my father's help and support and all that, he's trying his best to not let me slip into that. So, I'm grateful for my father and all that. So yeah, that's another reason why it's taken me so long. But I knew that I couldn't prolong this video anymore, um, especially when I feel like my story needs to be heard. Because I'm sure there's lots of other women that are going through the same thing or went through the same thing. And you're not alone. If you did feel alone or do feel alone, um, yeah, so, if you have any questions or anything, you guys, I'm open. I don't mind, answering your questions. I don't mind, talking to you guys. So, yeah, I actually do miss talking to you guys, and I do miss filming. And hopefully I can slowly get back into gaming, because I know you guys, a good majority of you guys are on my channel for gaming. So I'm hoping to return to that while also, changing up the content, because, I have a little one now. So, you know, it'll be a lot of mommy content and, things like that. More vlogging, but with her and stuff like that. So yeah, um, I'm probably going to put a poll up asking you guys what game you want me to start back on, first, like when I come back, which game you want me to play. Yeah, so my camera overheated, and yeah, so I'm finishing this recording on my phone. So anyways, like I was saying, I'm probably going to put a poll to figure out, what kind of content you guys want to see more on here, because again, from the beginning, I told you guys that I don't want this channel to only be gaming. I want it to be gaming, vlogging, unboxings, hauls, all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Also, I still am a part of Parade. If any of you guys were using my code, thank you again. The code is still active. You still can receive a discount when you use my code, Love Me Differently, at Parade. If you don't remember about Parade or any of that, definitely go check my old videos and all that. I have accumulated some things since then. Again, I'm still a part of it, even though I'm not posting, but I have accumulated, and I will show you guys if you want that. So again, let me know down below what content you want to see. If you're excited that I'm coming back, because I'm excited. Again, bear with me because I'm still trying to navigate filming and editing and all that, while also taking care of my little one and being a mom, a new mom. So bear with me. Again, I appreciate you guys for still sticking around, still showing me support and all that. So yeah, let me know what game you want me to play. Let me know what content you want to see more of. Um, Let me know how you guys are doing. Like, what are you guys up to? What have you been doing? How's life? yeah, don't forget to follow me on TikTok. Like I said, if you want to see how I got pregnant, if you want to see those little updates, that's all on TikTok. So follow me on TikTok at Leia Avon, Instagram at Love Me Differently. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We are still on the road journey to 1K subscribers. Um, because I haven't been uploading and getting views and comments like that. Now, remember when YouTube came out with that, oh, hit 500 subscribers and you can unlock a little bit of the YouTube partner program? You know, you unlock the subscriptions, the stickers, the stuff like that. So I did unlock that, but because I wasn't posting, they took me out of it. So I I still have to basically wait for the 1K or to be uploading again to get back into that starter point of being monetized, if you guys get what I'm saying. So yeah, so that sucks, but it's okay. Definitely hoping to get back to um Instagram and uploading content and doing all that. So I'm really, again, adjusting, processing, trying to figure things out. So bear with me, bear with me. As far as TikTok content, now I'm probably going to post a video on there also, but yeah, I have, a couple of things that I want to do. Like for instance, I started a scrapbook for my daughter, instead of the traditional photo album, I'm doing more so like a scrapbook photo album. So I'm gonna have content on that. I'll probably post it on YouTube Shorts also, if anything. Um, I want to get back into reading, so a reading journal. I started junk journaling. I also want to do a different, there's another kind of journaling. I'm not sure what it's exactly called, but it deals with like stickers and creating themes and stuff like that. So I want to do that as well. I want to post content about being a first time mom, and things like that. So definitely, if you're excited for all that and you can't wait, like this video, subscribe for more of those things. And I'm excited for this new journey, this new chapter. And I'm hoping you guys will ride along with me. Again, I also don't mind doing a Q&A. I would love to do a Q&A. I kind of want to wait till I hit 1,000 to do the Q&A. But if you guys want me to do one sooner, I don't mind. So also, if you want me to do that, drop that in the comments. So definitely in the comments, let me know what you guys are excited for, what you want to see, all that. So let me know. Um, yeah, and yeah. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Journey to 1K subs. And yeah, catch you guys in the next video. Later.